What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. We are live yet again. I literally just decided to do this live like 10 minutes ago, and I just jumped on here real quick. We'll see how many people show up. I'm going to be doing a bunch of streaming tomorrow. I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight, maybe an hour. We'll see. We always say that, and then we end up going 2 hours anyway, but maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. But I got to start working on predictions, and I think that's what I'm going to do tonight after I stream. I'm going to start working on making side-by-sides for UFC 285, get a jump start on UFC 285, because I'm making a bunch of prediction videos for UFC 285, and I want to finish that up by Monday or Tuesday to be prepared for 285 early next week. And then next week I'll be streaming like all week. It's a massive card coming up, and I always like streaming a bunch when we get close to a big card, especially a card of the magnitude of UFC 285. I have the title. We did 2 streams yesterday. I have the title, what I kind of titled it last night. Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane. Oliveira versus Dariush. Islam Makhachev's next fight. So it is what it is. We can talk about all that. I have not paid attention to one bit of news today. So if there's anything new that has come out, let me know. We'll talk about that. I'm over here looking at some PCs online. I love one thing I actually love looking at now is really nice computers. Really nice computers. I'm looking at this really sick computer right now. But yeah, so whatever you guys want to talk about, just put it in the chat. We can talk about it. I really don't care. If there's new news, let me know, because I haven't been paying attention to anything. Do me a favor, like the stream. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're almost 8,000. We just hit 7,000 a couple, maybe 2 weeks ago. So we're cruising towards 8. I think we'll hit it before 285 most likely, because there's so much going on. But we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. What's up, Joey? Putting in notice tomorrow. Let me know how it goes, man. Let me know how it goes. It should be awesome. Should be awesome. Might be the best day of your life. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I raised you well. I couldn't be more proud, Patty. Go in there and you give them hell. So, are you giving them 2 weeks notice, or how long are you giving them notice for? I'm curious. But congratulations, man. I know you'll be all right. I hope you did great. I hope you do great. I know you will do great. And it's probably going to feel good walking out of there tomorrow. Mixed martial arts Joseph coming in clutch. What's up, Jungle? A.K.A. the bass catcher. What's up? MMA Joey, the disc golfer. Okay. Yeah, if disc golf was more popular, I'd probably try to start a channel. I'd probably start a channel, honestly. But it's just not popular enough to start a channel on it. And plus, I don't have the time to do it anyway. So, I wouldn't play today. Is that why you mentioned it? Look, it's a stupid tree. So, there you go. What's up, Billy? What's up, Blaze One? Yeah, I need to get a disc golf sponsor on the channel, and then they can send me free disc, and I can promote them on the channel. And I'm not gonna lie anyway. So if they're shit, I'll say they're shit. I would love to just get some free discs sent to me. I don't know if that would work like that. They'd probably want it to be a disc golf channel, because then everyone watching would most likely play disc golf. But I'm looking for it in the future. Disc golf sponsors, hit me up. What's up, Cat Daddy? What was for dinner? Chick-fil-A. What do you think of that wheelchair guru guy? The guy would always keep streaming with your name in the title. I've seen this before. I don't know what I think of it. I mean, getting my name out there is always good. But I think a lot of people have a little bit too much free time on their hands. And I just feel bad for those people. There's so many people that are just... We talked about this a little bit on the stream we had last night. Not this person in particular. A lot of these people who do those really weird things, they're obsessed with like small YouTubers and shit like that, it's actually really sad because usually, you know, they don't have any friends and, you know, don't have any family usually. And I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I appreciate him getting my name out there, but it is a bit bizarre, especially, you know, to dedicate all your time to that, I guess. But hey, if it's working for him, it's working for him. If he's enjoying it, I hope he carries on. Thank you, 2 weeks. Don't want to burn any bridges. Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. I figured, but I was just curious. Yeah, because you never know. You never know. And what's it matter to give an extra 10 days of time when you're already going off on your own? I think it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to hear the updates. I can't wait in a year for you to come back and say, best decision of my life. I'm going to go buy a house in Ohio just so I can have you come do some plumbing for me. Connor did an interview with the Mac Life a couple hours ago. What did he say? What did he say? Did he say anything notable? I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't even checked my video. How did my video do from yesterday? It's doing all right. It's got 2,000 views. Could be doing better. Could be doing better. If you guys haven't watched it yet, do me a favor. Go watch my How Good is UFC 285 video. It's out on the channel. I released it yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday, February 22nd, yeah. It's got about 2,100 views, which is decent for my channel, but I don't feel good unless I get over the 5,000 mark. So, I like your Eddie Munster haircut. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go. Said he's going to slice through Chandler. Okay. Okay. Maybe he will. I think he probably will, to be honest. I think he picked Chandler. You guys don't realize, I think Connor specifically handpicked Chandler because Chandler is the highest ranked guy that is the easiest matchup for him. I think. So I think that's why he picked him like that. Not that I'm saying it's not an easy matchup, but it does favor Connor over everyone else who's top ranked. Because other than that, he was just going to have to pick out a bum. At least he didn't pick out a bum, so I do got to respect him for that. I look forward to that matchup. I think it's a fun matchup. Watched all videos to date. Refreshed your channel while driving to check for new ones. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It's crazy how many videos I've been putting out lately. So there's going to be a lot coming next week. Bunch of predictions. Who knows what's liable to go on next week. Please, no injuries, no pullouts, no controversies. Let's just get to the fight. Please, Jon Jones, don't pop for something. Don't beat your wife. Don't crash your car. Don't power slap anyone. Let's just get to the fight. I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm not going to lie, if and I don't even want to say it, but if Jones versus Gane falls out, I'm going to be... I don't even know if I can come back on the channel. It'll be like a gut punch. An ultimate gut punch. Like, I would feel broken. Like, I know that sounds crazy over MMA. If somehow we lose Jones versus Gane, that will break my heart. Absolutely break my heart. So hopefully that does not happen. I'm praying that does not happen. Praying to the MMA gods. But appreciate you, Patty, watching all the videos. There's been a lot to watch, so yeah, I've been releasing videos. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos in the last 6 days. So that's a video per day, more than a video per day. There's 8 videos last 6 days, and that's not even accounting for all the streams. So, yeah. Connor said he's going to fight Chandler at 185. Did he really? I feel like you're lying. Jon Jones, top 5 fighters of all time. Silva, GSP, Habib, Aldo, and himself. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Should Makhachev refuse a rematch with Volk until Volk apologizes for him and his team's salty behavior? No, I think he should just ignore him, basically. I think you should just ignore him. Move on. Fight contenders in your division. Bring it up if they end up fighting again. I'd have my whole team go out there and say, Volk's on EPO. We have credible evidence that Volk's using EPO, and I would just say it nonstop, and I would never present any evidence. Where is everyone? What's up, Brett? What's up, Benji? Breaking news: Jon Jones tests positive for your dad's dingleberries. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Nate Chimaev. Could you imagine? 185, he said he was joking. Yeah, I'm assuming that was a joke because I'm assuming it was 55. It's happening at 55. It doesn't make any sense. There's the MMA Joey Clips channel. Yeah, somebody in the Discord started one. So, yeah, if you want to go follow it or subscribe to it, you can. I don't really, to be honest, not that the channel's big enough, but it doesn't bother me if people clip the channel. I think it only really helps. I don't think the channel's really big enough to have a bunch of them, but seems like a lot of people do that type of stuff. But yeah, I think there's some pretty funny ones on the channel. My personal favorite is the last one that he posted. MMA Joey reacts to Dan Hooker accusing Islam Makhachev of cheating. That was a good one. That's a doozy. That's the best video on his channel right now. What's up, Lord Kratos? Winner of Gaethje versus Fiziev fight Dustin. Sounds good to me. Yeah, Dustin better not be fighting Islam. Absolutely not. I don't think that will happen, but who knows? Who knows what's bound to happen in the UFC? We need a video of you raging. Yeah. I mean, I don't ever really get deeply mad about anything, but I think there's a couple the robberies reactions on there, if I'm not mistaken. This Saturday's card isn't too bad. I'm looking at it right now. Krylov, Span, Muniz, Allen. I hope Allen loses. He's a garbage can. Sakai, Mays, Suarez, De La Rosa, Mallet versus Lanesi, or Lanus. I forgot to pronounce his name. Gonzalez versus Peak. So we'll see what happens. I think it's an interesting card. It's not as bad as last week's. Loser of Charles versus Dariush fights Gamrot. Well, it depends if Gamrot beats Jalen Turner. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, there's a lot of lightweight fights going on right now that are scheduled. And we have to see, how those fights are going to play out. I think Dustin is going to end up sitting out for a bit. And then maybe fighting the winner of Gaethje versus okay. So yeah, basically, you wait for you have Gamrot, Jalen Turner, you have Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje. You have, what else do you have? Let me take a look real quick. You have Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush. You have Chandler Connor. The only people you don't have booked is Dustin and Arman. So unless you book Dustin and Arman, because I don't think Islam should be fighting Dustin just yet. I mean, Dustin is on a 1-fight win streak, right? He only beat Chandler since he only beat Chandler since the loss to Charles. So yeah, I mean, isn't it crazy? You know what's crazy though? Is Chandler on a... Okay. Chandler's lost 3 out of his last 4. That's why Connor picked him. And the Tony Ferguson fight, he was losing. But that's crazy. Chandler's 2-3 in his UFC career. But look, dude's fought a bunch of killers, though. Fought Dan Hooker when Dan Hooker was still good. Lost to Charles Oliveira for the vacant belt. Lost to Gaethje via decision. That's crazy that Gaethje fight was that long ago. It doesn't seem like that long ago I was making that prediction video. That actually really is nuts. Let me look up. I wonder how that video did, just out of curiosity. Gaethje. Where's it at? Prediction. Charles Oliveira versus... No. Michael Chandler versus... Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler announced for UFC 268. Reaction and early prediction. Oh, here it is. My Justin Gaethje Michael Chandler prediction video only got 432 views. Shame on all you guys. Shame on all you guys. But yeah, it shows how long how far the channel's come. I remember putting out some of these videos. Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Will it actually happen? 140 views on the channel. That's crazy. Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker prediction. 258 views. That's nuts. That is nuts. All right, where was I at? Better card than last week. Last week's card was miserable. Agreed. What's a bigger showing of dominance? Watching NASCAR or wearing Venom gear? Wearing Venom gear while watching NASCAR. Will we see Umar fight next month and who? I don't think we will, and if we do, it'll be against like a random opponent that nobody's ever going to predict. The UFC just throws in there with him to get him a fight. Robbery like Islam being ripped off for pound #1 list. Those rankings are horseshit anyway. He shouldn't care about it. I should have made a video on that, but I just really didn't get a chance. I mean, I talked about it, I think, in my last video on it. But I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, it's just some cornball shit going on in the UFC. Joe, you got heated for the Gamrot Armin decision in chat with spamming salt emojis. Did I really? I don't even remember. I mean, Armin should have won that fight, but it wasn't a robbery. I'm just so tired of these bad decisions. Who would you favor if, hypothetically, Jalen Turner fought Armin? I would favor Armin. I would favor Gamrot, but on short notice, I really don't like the pick. I really don't like the pick. If Poirier gets a title shot, I'm going to steamroll the Apex with my bulldozer. Fair enough, fair enough. Thoughts on Raul Rosas Jr. being above Chris Curtis? It's stupid, but I kind of understand it. I actually tweeted back to Chris Curtis. Did anybody see my tweet back to Chris Curtis? I seen him tweeting, complaining about it. Did anybody see it? Yes or no in the chat? You were there live for Gaethje Chandler. That's when I met Strickland, New York. That was Alex Pereira's debut. Yeah, versus, what is it? Andreas Michailidis or something like that. Flying knee. Hi, love from Singapore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You replied to it? Let me see. I second this. Is this your dog in the picture? Or is this some random dog? Is this your dog in the picture or is this some random dog? I never really took a look. The video of Dana White looking at the Barstool Sports guys. What a joke. That was a horrible decision. You have two pugs? Pugs are adorable. Hey, Joey, did you try Shake Shack? No, I did not. I was going to, but then I didn't. About to clock out from work. How's it going, everybody? Roman's clocking out. He's getting out of there. We're doing good. We're doing good. At least I can speak for myself. But yeah, the Raul Rosas Jr. Chris Curtis thing, I replied to Chris Curtis and said, I think it's because he's better looking than you. But it's because they're pushing Raul Rosas Jr. It's just they're pushing him hard. You know what's crazy? And I was thinking about this. This popped into my head. Popped into my head when I was thinking about the Raul Rosas Jr. Chris Curtis thing. Dude, did Raul look a little bit more jacked for his UFC debut than he did look on the Contender Series? Did anybody else notice that? Like, he looked massive in his UFC debut. So, I don't know. We might want to keep an eye on that. I was looking up pictures, too. Raul Rosas Jr. Like, dead serious. His UFC debut, I'm looking at this picture from Bloody Elbow. He looks jacked compared to his Dana White's Contender Series fight. Dude put on some serious muscle. Everybody go look at that. Everybody go look at that right now. If you're in the Discord, I'm going to post 2 pictures in the Discord. Like, look at this. It looks vastly different. Did anybody else notice this? If you're in the Discord, go look in the Discord right now. I thought this was suspicious as hell, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think in the Discord, and let me know. I mean, these 2 pictures. Look at the dude looked crazy jacked for his UFC debut. Did anybody else think that that's a little bit suspicious? I know I'm not diagnosing PED use. I thought this, but then I forgot to mention it ever. And then it popped back into my head today. Like, that's not I mean, that raises massive red flags to me. Let me know in the Discord, guys. If you're in the Discord, go look and let me know what you think. I mean, again, I'm not diagnosing PED use, but I just thought that looks awfully suspicious. I mean, dude looked humongous when he fought Jay Perrin. Looks the same. You're smoking crack, you bitch. How dare you say that in the Discord? I'm trying to think where else I can post it. I don't know. I was trying to think if I could post it for you guys if you're not in the Discord to check, but yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. definitely put on some suspicious amount of mass. Thoughts on everyone forgetting that Jones and his team is very smart and can make a game plan to beat anyone? Dude, people are underestimating Jones. I'm very confident in Jones pulling this win off. I'm very confident. Islam versus Usman Nurmagomedov winner? I'll take Islam, but I don't know. Who are some people who you could think Patty could get matched up with in his next fight? Does Patty Michael Johnson make sense? I don't think the UFC would give him Michael Johnson. I think they're going to give him like Claudio Puelles. Claudio Puelles. Some like unknown bum maybe. It's got to be winnable matchups. Off the top of my head, I can think of Claudio Puelles. But I named some other opponents before, but I can't think of any. Jim Miller. I think they might match him up with Jim Miller now that Jim Miller lost. So, something along those lines, I think. Pugs are ugly. You shut your mouth, Jungle, before you get banned. You show some damn respect. Pugs are adorable. I saw Curtis replying on Twitter to Dober about how Patty would never agree to fight him. Yeah. You notice Patty, he's such a big mouth, but never when it comes to talking about other fighters. Because he doesn't want to put the UFC in a position where they're like getting pressured to make a fight. That's why he don't say nothing bad about fighters he don't want to fight. Love your work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He's still going to grow. He's 18. He may end up being a bantamweight. Isn't he fighting a bantamweight already? Isn't he already a bantamweight? Jay Perrin is a bomb. I wouldn't say he's a bomb, dude. I think he's actually a decent fighter, but he's just not massive UFC caliber. But maybe you're right, Patty, man. But that was, I mean, let's look up Raul Rosas Jr. Topology. So he fought, I mean, 10, 11, 12. That wasn't even a full 3 months. And he put on that's nuts to me. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Goat, Go enough with the foul language. You got 5 minutes to think about your actions now. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy, GOAT. If you're watching this stream, you got 5 minutes to think about what you did. Not trying to be funny, but does Rosas have a chin deformity? I don't know. Maybe he just looks different, I think. Dude's very unique looking. He looks like a unique version of, Max Holloway. Colby's going to call out Wonderboy, but if he does take the Hamzat fight, should be forced to take Shavkat match. Dude, I knew Colby's probably licking his lips looking at 50-year-old Wonderboy Thompson. I hope he doesn't, but I forgot to announce my presence. Okay. Thoughts on Jon Jones on clearing his beef with Khabib when, in fact, Khabib only mentioned Jones once since he retired, which in a tweet about Adesanya. I mean, I guess it's good. I didn't even know any of it. Posted on my YouTube community tab. All right, give me 1 second. I just got to... I'll make them a side-by-side. And then I'll post it on my community tab, and then I'll delete it later. Let me take a look. Okay, what size should I make this image? I'll make it this size. Maybe this will work. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Just got to quickly edit this together so you can look at both of them side by side. I got to crop this one. Actually, I think I can post 2 pictures. Yeah, if you guys want to go look in the community tab, I'm going to go post it on the community tab real quick. Images. Okay, I can select up to 5. Okay, add another one. Anyone else think this is suspicious for a 4 less than 3 months in between? Just in case anybody else sees it, they can say. I posted 2 pictures on my community tab. If you guys want to go check it out. Krylov or Span, I'm going Nikita Krylov. I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel. I think I went 3rd round TKO. Joey, who would you say are the top 3 best fighters ever? GSP, Anderson Silva, Jon Jones. In no particular order. How are you doing, Joey? I'm doing well. Hey, Joey, I've been binge watching your old live streams. I love the content. Binge watching the old live streams. Will Stedman. What a guy, what a guy. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out the Raul Rosas Jr. pictures, I posted them in the community tab on the channel. So just go to my channel, and you'll be able to see it. So, I mean, it looks crazy to me. And I remember being like shocked. Like it's not like I saw somebody else say it. It's like I remember that night I was like, whoa, he looks huge. Do Contender Series fighters get tested for PEDs? I have no idea. What about your boy Khabib? Maybe he's in the top 5, but not top 3. Will Conor reignite the tough show? Probably not. It'll get decent ratings and then it'll fall off again. I'd rather see Rosas versus Kurt over Curtis. Yeah, but I think Chris Curtis versus Kelvin Gastelum is a far better matchup than Rosas versus Rodriguez. I think Rosas should be headlining the prelims, but I understand the UFC's trying to turn him into a star. It's just a weird bout order in general. It's a great card, though. Patty versus Drew Dober, not going to happen. Will never, ever, ever going to happen. Yeah, there's no way that he doesn't look drastically different. It's crazy to me that he looks that drastically different. Like, You can look up so many different pictures. I don't know, though. Maybe he just, for 3 months, he was just straight up lifting. I don't know. It's hard to say. Just join. What's your community post about? I don't know. I'm not saying that. I just noticed he's either putting some serious work in the gym or something's going on. So I'm not diagnosing someone with PED use from pictures. But I just like for me for the eye test, I think he looks massively bigger. So he must be in the gym just working out 24/7. Because every picture you look at, I mean, he looked drastically skinnier on Dana White's Contender Series. For 3 months to bulk up that much, that's nuts to me. But yeah, I'm taking down the community. I'm taking down the community post in a little bit, but it's crazy. People are already commenting on it. He's leaning back. Dude, he looks drastically different. Like, everything looks different. Everything looks skinnier. So, yeah, but there's a million different pictures you can look at. And I'm telling you, he's way bigger at the fight against Jay Perrin. 100%. I have no idea about YouTube boxing. He's young. He's getting beginner gains. Yeah. The thing is, I'm not even speculating. You know, I said it. I just put it in the thing. Oh, does this look suspicious? You know, I was just saying what I was saying on here, but dude looks jacked for sure. And he looks much bigger than he looked on Dana White's Contender Series. I'll die on that hill. You know, say what you will about the picks. You can look at 20 different picks, and the eye test does never fail, you know. I watched both of those fights live. When I saw him come out for his UFC debut, I was like, holy shit, this guy's much bigger. But I didn't think about it until recently again. How many pay-per-views do you predict Jones versus Gane will do? In my opinion, UFC hasn't promoted nearly enough for the return of the arguable GOAT of MMA. You're right. They're too busy promoting Power Slap instead. I think it'll do like 900,000 buys, 800,000 buys. What's up, Fries? 29-0 Khabib, yeah. But a lot of those were bums. Did you notice how much water Islam drank before the Volk fight? He looked so dehydrated, skinny, probably at 50%. Would you agree? I don't know. I don't know what percent I would put him at, but supposedly they had less time. They had less time to rehydrate. I don't know. I don't remember how much time it was in comparison. Yeah, and it wasn't even a full 3 months. It was September 20th to December 10th. So it was just under 3 months. Hey, Joey. Okay. Oh, no. Bro, he was training at the UFC PI with specialists. You guys are... We're not looking too deep into it. I'm just saying he was in great shape for his UFC debut. Fuck you, GOAT. Always trying to say some dumb shit. I'm just saying I can't say the guy looked in great shape for his prelim debut. And it looks a little bit suspicious. 29-8 means nothing. Let me just say this. Half of Jon Jones's legacy. You cut Jon Jones's resume in half, it's still better than Khabib's. You might damn well be even able to you might even damn well be able to cut it in thirds. You might even damn well be able to cut it into thirds. That's how good his resume is. What happened to our shout out, Joey? Love your channel. What are you talking about? What's up, man? I don't know what you're saying. Rosas hit puberty before his debut, maybe. I don't know. Dude just looks massive. I wonder what he's going to look like coming in this fight. I wonder what he's going to look like coming into this fight. What is your experience? What is your opinion on Anthony Smith? I think he's extremely overrated. I don't think he's overrated because I don't think anyone thinks he's all that good. Anthony Smith's main attribute is his toughness. And when your main attribute is your toughness, yeah, we got an issue. When it's your toughness, that means you're getting the shit beat out of you quite a bit. The Crimson Chin, yeah. Do you watch the embeddeds? Not really, but I probably will this week. I usually don't, though, to be honest. Call me a casual, call me whatever you want. I usually don't watch the embeddeds. I don't know. They don't do nothing for me, and I just got better things to do than that, you know? If I'm going to watch the embeddeds, I might as well make a video on my channel. Probably makes more sense. Spend the time better. I'm happy Jones no longer hates Khabib, though. Two of my favorite fighters. I'm glad they made up for your sake, Ryo. Patty versus Clay Guida. Please no. Then I have to root for Patty because I hate Clay Guida. Clay Guida is one of the most annoying fighters ever. One of the most annoying fighters ever is Clay Guida. I wish he would just get cut from the organization already. I don't ever want to see him again. Dude's just a straight up bum and has been for many years. I know there's some Clay Guida lovers out there. People are already commenting on the picture. Dude, this wasn't even for you guys. This was for the live stream people, not for you. Stop commenting on it. So, if everyone in this live stream saw it, I'm going to delete it now. Because now I already got people who aren't even watching the live stream and seeing what we're talking about. Complaining on the community tab. Like idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. Come on, we all know that's your alt. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Shout out. Dude, this is just weird. I don't know. I feel like you're trying to get me to say something. I feel like the name is something weird. Not gonna lie, I don't know if I hold some of Jones' earlier wins that high, like Rampage and Vitor. Yeah, but at the time they were great wins. Jones' record is overrated. Just beat Washington. Dude, that's the worst opinion I've ever heard. Patty versus Jim Miller. Yeah, I think that's something they could make. I think that's the fight to make now that he lost to Hernandez. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, you don't understand what you're talking about. Dude, this wasn't even for you. Hop off my community tab. Now someone's going to be like, yeah, he got scared and deleted it off his community tab. But no, it wasn't for you guys. It was just for the live stream people. So. You guys are crazy. Jones has one of the best resumes. Yeah. If you think Jon Jones' resume, and people keep bringing up that Reyes fight, people are never going to let go of that. Jon Jones could beat the brakes off of Dominic Reyes, and you guys will still never let that go. And Dominic Reyes fell off a cliff afterwards. So no matter what, he's never going to be able to avenge that hypothetical loss, which is super annoying. He just fought down to Dominic Reyes' perceived level. Yeah, Joey. When I join these streams, I see these dumb ass comments. Yeah, there's some weirdos all the time doing some weird shit. Thoughts on stacked burgers from Burger King? Burger King is horrible. I would never go to Burger King. MMA record or criminal? I don't know what you mean. Thoughts on Jon Jones getting sparring practice with his wife? We never have confirmation that he actually did. I hate to say it. We have just a police report with no, nothing filed. So, unfortunately, we don't really know. And I know, it doesn't look good for sure. I think it makes him look like a scumbag. So, no matter what, just to be in that position, I think you're a scumbag regardless. Jones lost the Reyes fight, obviously. I don't think it was pretty obvious. I thought it was a close fight. He looks in better shape, but not too drastic. For 2.5 months? For 2.5 months? Yeah, anybody who thinks Jon Jones has a bad resume should go watch NASCAR. If Jon whips up on Ciryl Gane, the people crying, they'll make up some excuse to discredit him. Because there's a lot of Jon Jones haters too, but rightfully so. UFC 300, Paddy Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson, Jim Miller, or Clay Guida. If I'm choosing Jim Miller, I don't want to see Tony Ferguson be sacrificed. Be sacrificed to Paddy Pimblett. That'd be very, very sad. What was I looking for? Okay, here we go. Because Tony Ferguson already makes me depressed in general. Just because, I mean, he got brutally chinned by Michael Chandler. And, he just hasn't been the same since the Justin Gaethje lost. Thoughts on Gane saying he only trains when the fight's been announced? Interesting for sure. I wonder how true it is. Why is this not closing? I wonder if it's actually true or is he just full of shit. I watched the Sterling Cejudo vid and I've never seen Cejudo fight. That's crazy. Cejudo's pretty good. I'm confident he beats Aljo. Unless he fell off a cliff. Tony Ferguson should just retire now. I agree. He was actually telling a joke saying he doesn't train. Yeah, I haven't seen the actual clip. I know people take things out of context all the time. Things out of context. Number one fighter that should retire. I don't know. There's probably multiple. Dominic Reyes. Maybe Dominic Reyes. But yeah, dude, we're getting rid of stuff like that, dude. Come on now. You already been on the fringe. Now you're gonna get really pissed. Like if you watch the clip, he was annoyed with the interview and made a joke. And then everyone took it out of context. Sounds about right. I remember when they said Gane was better than Ngannou, but Ngannou trained way harder. I don't know, man. I don't remember that at all. Jeez Louise. Dude, people can see it in the chat. I feel like you're trying to get me to say something. I don't trust what that YouTube channel name is. But I hope your channel does well, whatever it is. Crazy. Yeah, I just feel like this is some play on words or something. Jon Jones literally has one of the best resumes of all time, more or less tied with GSP. I agree. People shitting on Jon Jones' resume is crazy. Dominic Reyes would do good in Bellator and BKFC. Is that a joke? Is that an actual joke? We said it's a gaming and MMA channel, Joey. Okay. I hope it works out well. Thoughts on Jon usage of picograms being overturned? Well, it wasn't overturned, was it? They just changed the rule now. That isn't a retroactive. And I don't remember all the instances of which he had weird tests. So I can't remember. I have to look back into that and research it. There was so much. He tested positive. What was it? 2 times? Or was it 3 times? So excluding I think the last time was the picogram bullshit. So he tested positive for UFC 282, the primary metabolite of cocaine. So for UFC 200, his drug test came back for anti-estrogen substances and other things, and then said it was dick pills. Independently obtained, tested, and found to be contaminated by United States Doping Agency. 1 year suspension. And then UFC 214, he tested positive a month later. That was after the rematch for turbinol and antibiotic steroid and was placed on provisional suspension. John was stripped for a third time, and then it was returned. Cormier Jones stated that he didn't knowingly take any prohibited substances with his team. With his team believing Jones consumed tainted supplements, Jones potentially faced up to a 4-year suspension. Handed a 15-month suspension retroactive to 2018 plus a $30 months. Plus 3 months of community service. 30 months were deducted from a 4-year suspension because Jones provided substantial assistance to USADA. Refers to an athlete informing an anti-doping agency about another doping violation of another athlete. USADA said it reduced the suspension by further 3 months after hearing with an independent arbitrator on September. Blah, 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 CEO. The independent arbitrator found that Jon Jones was not intentionally cheating in this case. And while we thought 18 months was appropriate sanction given the other circumstances of the case, we believe that justice was served. This was in not intentionally cheating in 18 months. This case was a reminder how athletes need to be extremely cautious. So all of them, and then the picogram case was just UFC 232. So he tested positive in 214 and 200 for PEDs. So the only one that would have been affected was the last one, I believe. And I just butchered reading all that. So, have you heard any new news on James Krause? No, I have not. I have not heard any new news on James Krause. I've not seen anything about it. 4 times. Well, once was, so just to sum all that up, because I was just reading through, catching back up to date with it. Once was for cocaine. Then he tested positive for anti-estrogen substances, which help mask PEDs. Then for 214, he tested positive. Then for 232 is when he had the picogram. So only the last one he was technically vindicated of. But he was already vindicated of that. Like, let's look it up. UFC, Jon Jones, UFC 214 positive test. I like how I'm doing my research right here. Jon Jones reportedly tests passed UFC drug tests 24 hours after testing positive. All the info here. Passed his test on 7/6/77 and 7/29. The 7/18 urine test came back positive. Important new details. There were 2 bits of info left. So what was the 232, 214? What did he test positive for 214? It was some type of antibiotic steroid. But what was the amount? That's what I'm curious. Because imagine he really is clean. His resume is always going to be tainted by that. But yeah, I don't know. I have to look more into it. I haven't had a chance to really decipher everything because it's been hard to remember everything that went on. I mean, it's been so many years. But yeah, the 214. So 232, he's cleared of. He's been cleared of for a while. It was the long-term pulsing effect. Now, it was the 214 was a 214 test below the same levels? Because that's the terminal. I don't know how to pronounce it. Turinabol is how you pronounce it. There you go. I couldn't remember for some reason. I was having a brain fart there. But what was the amount? What was the amount is what I'm trying to find. Amount. What was the 214? Does it say? I would love for someone to break it down, like Nowitzki or something. Like, what was the amount that he tested positive for 214? After 214, let's see. Does this have? I can't find anything about the amount from there. But anyway, moving on. Hold on one second. Why is this still up? I exit out of it. Okay, I'm going to have to do this. For some reason. Okay, there we go. That was annoying. I had like a window that wouldn't close, so I have to go to Task Manager. Love Jones, but he's a cheat. There's still a possibility he could be innocent, but I have my doubts. Leave my boy Reyes alone. I feel bad for Reyes. Reyes is done. That he is. BKFC and Bellator jokes, to be fair. That is true. Would Darren Till versus Robbie Lawler make sense? No. Please no. Darren Till's fighting at middleweight. Robbie Lawler's washed up at welterweight. No. Yeah, exactly. Would 185 Till versus 170 Lawler make sense to you? You tell me, dude. You answer questions. You question, answer themselves. That is true. Stop asking common logic questions. Really ask if Till versus Lawler makes sense by two different weight classes. I was 14 when the picogram fiasco happened. What happened? Did he get flagged for something he used that year prior to? So, what I do remember, I was trying to get clarity on 214. But what happened at 232, they found a very trace amount of PEDs in his system before the fight at 232. And what happened is they said it was such a low amount that he could not have possibly ingested it. And what they said is it was a pulsing effect from the prior usage at UFC 214. And that it was still pulsing in his system years later. Now, I don't know how those connect to UFC 200 because that was anti-estrogen medicine, which is a masking agent for PED use. But it's all definitely interesting. I might try to. I gotta look all back into it because I've been kind of out of the loop, and it's been so long. It's hard to recall all of that off the top of my head. That's why I was just reading up on it. But it's all kind of coming back to me now. I might make a video on it if I got time. But I couldn't find what amounts, because there's a chance, depending on the amount he tested positive for Turinabol when he came out on August 22nd for 214, there's a chance he's innocent for 214 and 232, and then all you have is the 200 test, where he tested positive for an anti-estrogen substance and a something else. It was two banned substances, but they were both like weird medications, like masking agents almost, which is awfully suspicious. But yeah, basically, to follow up, the only actual positive for steroid use was for 214. But depending on what amount the 214 was, the test positive, how much was in his system at 214, basically under the new rules, he might have been vindicated because it might have been a low amount. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't find that answer while I was just quickly searching. It was tough to find. My only advantage over my competition has been pure hard work. Okay. I feel officially clear. There will be no asterisk next to any of my performances. It's good. The rest of the world can finally see what I've known the whole time. There is a chance that Jones is just stupid. Because, you know, the Cialis thing, they independently acquired that medicine, which means they go out and buy it wherever else. And then they test it, and if they can find it where they buy it from, taint it with the same exact supplements that Jones was, or whatever fighter tested for, then they can basically clear their name. So that's what happened at UFC 200, but those were just masking agents. 214 is when he tested positive for an anabolic steroid. But I can't figure out what was the amount. So if anybody can find that, let me know. So, yeah, that's the way it went. UFC 182, after the fight with Daniel Cormier, it came back that one of his tests was positive for cocaine. Not during the fight, but before the fight. Technically, that shouldn't even be released. Because it was like a week. It was like 2 weeks before. So it wasn't necessary. It's not like he was on coke the night of the fight, which would have been illegal. So it really didn't matter. But also what was weird is his testosterone was suspiciously low around UFC 282 as well. Then you had 200 where he tested positive for the anti-estrogen, which people use that type of stuff to mask steroid use and PED use. And then 214 is the actual steroid. 232 is the pulsing effect. To kind of sum it all up, if you guys are worrying. I can't find anything on the amount of the system. So there could be a case that you can exonerate Jones for 232, which he already really was, 214, and he would just be liable for the masking agents at UFC 200. And then I don't care about the cocaine, and nobody should care about the cocaine, to be honest. I think USADA is a piece of shit for even releasing that. That's his business. You think Guida, I mean, I'm sure Conor uses it all the time. Are they going to release it? But I think they changed the rules after that. They weren't going to release that type of stuff. Who you thought won? What are we talking about? But there you go. There's the recap of the whole picogram. I hope you got your money's worth there. Kutalaba is getting slept. Kutalaba's a bum. For sure he's getting slept. What's up, experts? Turinabal. Yeah, I was butchering the name because I was like half asleep when I'm trying to read it. I like how you guys are just arguing in the chat. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's calm down now. Let's calm down now. Y'all just argue. I can't even read it. I can't. My mind just doesn't have the desire to read it. Chael was saying that Chinese factories that make mixed protein powders often sell steroids in the same facility, and sometimes it can get mixed. All right, here's my conspiracy theory, okay? And I've had this theory for quite a while, to be honest. And it goes even deeper than that. I think there are brands of certain protein powders and whatever. And this is two layers. One, I think there's ones that intentionally mix PEDs into their protein powders to help increase sales because people think it's really working for them and they don't realize they're using steroids or, you know, at least a little bit of steroids in their protein powder. But I also think there is supplements that it's not openly publicized, but it's like a black market where we know this supplement has PEDs in it. They're putting PEDs in it, and Jon Jones and all his buddies know they're putting PEDs in it. And then what happens is it gets around by word of mouth. And then what happens is they're able to use that supplement. And then what happens is if they're ever tested positive, they can say, well, I didn't know this must have been tainted. You know? So I think they could, you know, whatever this supplement may be, they know that it has PEDs in it. They use it. Everyone uses it knowing that it has PEDs in it. and they just use it as a cover, if that makes sense. So they go out and buy it, and then if they do test positive, whatever sport they may or may not be in, they can say, well, here's my supplements. You test them, and you tell me what could possibly have PEDs in it. And then they test it, they find it in their supplements. They go out and then independently test it, and they find it as well. And they knew all along what they were doing. But they have that back door to get out of it. You think Guida or Holtzman won their matchup, in your opinion? I don't even remember. To be honest. Joe, you seem tired and worn out today. Yeah, your mother was over earlier. All right, Joey, I'll stop for you. Personally, me, I wouldn't let no one talk to me like that. I don't even know what you guys are talking. I didn't even read it. In Bisping's video on Jones, he said the amount of the test for 214 fight was so low, it couldn't have been performance enhancing anyway. That's crazy. But Bisping doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. So I don't know. I can't find any information on the amount. I forgot what I even said, but now I remember what I said. You guys are laughing in the chat. Yeah. She got me worn out. Yeah, but Bisping doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He probably just read the tweet, and that's it. That's it. Yes, I went and played disc golf today. I did. Word of mouth, I'd her say, and bullshit, is it not? I don't know what you're saying. All night stream tonight? Hell no. Bisping is literally a pepper for the UFC anyway. Yeah, plus he probably just read Jones' tweet and took him at his word for it, instead of actually looking into it. If I can find out the information, I'll make a video on it. I think that would make a great video. We were talking about that yesterday, I believe. But yeah, I mean, the 182 drug test is irrelevant. And it's stupid that it even came out. Shouldn't even came out. The 200 drug test, that's not a good look. You have masking drugs in your system. But supposedly they independently verified that it wasn't Cialis. So Jon Jones does have a problem getting an erection, apparently, according, to his defense. Then 214, if the substance was so small, if it doesn't meet the current threshold, then he's exonerated for 214 in a weird way. And then for 232, he's already been exonerated, essentially. So it's a weird scenario, but it is awfully fishy. You have all these instances where, it's just like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's like, how many times could this possibly happen? It's almost like the boy who cried wolf. You can get bad luck once or twice, but now you get it 5 times. It just seems awfully suspicious. It just seems awfully suspicious. Friendly reminder that Paul Craig finished both Ankalaev and Hill. True. How confident were you the UFC signing Ariel's checks? Look, I knew for literal years that the UFC was signing Ariel's check. Gun to my head, I would have said 100%, and I would have been confident. Look, if you put a gun to my head back in like 2012, whatever year it was, Ariel was working for UFC. He worked for multiple years, but it doesn't matter. Sub in any year, whatever. And you said, is Ariel Helwani getting checks signed by the UFC? Or getting paid directly or indirectly by the UFC, however you want to word it, that it makes sense. And if I answer right, I get 10K. If I answer wrong, I'm saying 10K because it's not a lot of money. If I answer wrong, I get shot in the head. I'd be like, yup, give me my 10K. I was very confident. If it was back then and I had my YouTube channel, I would have made videos about it and told you, look, Ariel's getting his check signed. Like, I believe Ariel's getting his check signed now by Jake Paul. I think Ariel gets paid by Jake Paul. Whether it be directly or indirectly, he's getting paid by him. 150%. What time is it there, Joey? It is only 9:41. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't yet liked the stream, do me a favor and like the stream. Bisping is literally, yeah. Can fighters smoke weed during the training camps? I believe so now, yeah. It is suspicious. That is true. People saying USADA changed the rules because Jon Jones would have failed his recent test. They changed the rules in 2019, so people saying that are idiots. When are you going to start cutting for your debut? I'm not sure yet. Who would you want to see Khamzat fight next besides Colby? Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa would be an excellent fight choice. But yeah, guys, like the stream. Like the stream. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I want to get to 8,000 subscribers before UFC 285. We're currently at 7,520. Sly, thank you for the $2 super chat. Thoughts on Makhachev versus Dustin, Funk versus Henry Cejudo? Who wins? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Makhachev versus Dustin is a fight I absolutely do not want to see. Dustin's on a one-fight win streak against a brain-dead Michael Chandler, a CTE-ridden Michael Chandler. And he doesn't deserve a title shot. He's already had plenty of title shots. We need to wait for Beneil Dariush versus Charles Oliveira. If Beneil Dariush wins, he should be the #1 contender. If Beneil Dariush loses and Rafael Fiziev wins against Justin Gaethje at UFC 286, then Rafael Fiziev needs to be #1 contender. So the next fight for Islam Makhachev should be either Rafael Fiziev or Beneil Dariush. And let's say Charles Oliveira wins, beats Beneil Dariush, and let's say Rafael Fiziev loses, then I think you give Charles Oliveira the rematch. So I think that's the way you solve it. Dustin Poirier, 1, does not deserve a title shot. 2, I think he gets mauled by Islam Makhachev. So I love Dustin Poirier. I love his fight style. I love watching him fight. He's got to earn a title shot. I don't want to see unearned title shots. So let him fight maybe an Arman, or let him fight a winner of a fight coming up, Jalen Turner, Mateusz Gamrot. If he gets one more big win, we can make the case then. But not one fight win streak against a CTE-riddled Michael Chandler. You know, Michael Chandler's the UFC's punching bag at this point. You know, they love just handing Michael Chandler CTE. But thank you, Sly. As far as Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo, I will make my prediction video the week of the fight. I am very confident. I am very, very, very confident that Henry Cejudo goes out there and beats the brakes off Aljamain Sterling. I think Henry Cejudo has far better striking. Aljamain's striking is some of the worst championship-level striking I've ever seen. I cannot think of a worse striker in the men's divisions that have held a belt before. Because Aljamain Sterling's striking is god-awful. And the only time that Aljamain Sterling has any success on the feet is with the fear of the takedown. Guess who's not going to be worried about the takedown? Henry Cejudo, because Henry Cejudo has excellent wrestling. He's an Olympic wrestler. So guess what that means? They're going to be staying on the feet. Who's the better striker on the feet? I don't know. The guy that was able to compete on the feet with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, who's one of the best strikers it wasn't one of the best strikers in the UFC. So if you are a betting man, now you have to take into account that Henry Cejudo has had 3 years off. I don't know what Henry Cejudo is returning. If Henry Cejudo is 80% of what he once was when he left, I think he easily defeats Aljamain Sterling. Easily defeats Aljamain Sterling. And I think that's the reason that Henry Cejudo is coming back. Henry Cejudo is a smart guy. He's cringe. He's annoying. Say what you want about him. He's a smart guy. He looks at Aljamain Sterling and says, this is one of the easiest possible matchups I could ever get to win back my belt. He didn't want it when Petr Yan was there. Petr Yan was a tough matchup for Cejudo. That's a dream fight of mine, is Petr Yan versus Henry Cejudo. But I think Henry Cejudo, if he comes back and he's even 80% of what he once was, I think he beats the brakes off of Aljo. I think he probably finishes him. And I don't see a way that Aljamain Sterling wins that fight whatsoever. I think he gets outstruck. I think even Henry Cejudo could ragdoll him in the wrestling department. So I'm going Aljamain Sterling. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Sly. Patty Mills, thank you for the $2 dono. Augusto Sakai said the title run starts Saturday. Dude's just making up shit. Dude's just making up shit right now. Yeah, I think Augusto Sakai's got a good chance of becoming champion. He's got elite level striking, elite level grappling. I mean, Augusto Sakai has the power of Francis Ngannou, the speed of, I'm trying to think who's the fastest fighter I can think of. He's got the power of Francis Ngannou. He's got the speed of Brandon Moreno. He's got the cardio of Alexander Volkanovski. He's got the jiu-jitsu of Charles Oliveira. He's got the chin of Max Holloway. He's got the striking of Petr Yan. And Augusto Sakai is one of the most technical fighters I've ever seen in my entire life. I'd be shocked if he doesn't run through Ciryl Gane, Jon Jones, Curtis Blades, Tai Tuivasa, all those guys. So, yeah. Somebody's listening to this right now and be like, what the fuck? I'm kidding. For those of you who don't know, I am kidding. Okay? I forgot. Somebody left me a comment recently and was like, you say things and then don't laugh at it. Where was it at? I know there was something I read recently, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, here it is. I'm always confused by your content. I want to like it, but it's strange that you say a lot of dickish things, like Stipe's answering the phone at the fire station, that I know it's a joke, but then you say it with no humor and you have no comedy in your delivery. Just comes off cringy at times. Oh my God. I gotta go find that comment and screenshot it on my phone. That's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. Dude says it's cringy. I say it like that intentionally. That's the point. That's what makes it funny, in my opinion. That's what makes it funny, in my opinion. I'm dying. I forgot. I read that and I forgot about it until just now. I gotta go screenshot that. Thank you, Josh Hawkins. I don't know how people don't understand. Like, sometimes if you say stuff like that and you don't laugh about it, it makes it funnier. So you care about what people say? Sure. No, I think that's hilarious. I'm saving that because I think it's funny. That's the whole point of it. So, I'm dying right now. I just remembered that. Dude says he wants to like it. Yeah, I think if you tell a joke and then you laugh hysterically at it yourself, I don't think it makes it as funny. So, and also it's kind of like, and I think that's what this guy doesn't understand. It's kind of like an inside joke of the live streams. Like the community we have in the live stream. Like if you watch the live streams on a regular basis, you understand. You know, like I've made a couple jokes about Parker Porter being the GOAT before in videos. So it's just incorporating some of the jokes from the live streams and then slipping them like Easter eggs into the videos. So everyone who watches the live streams understand it. But I've always been a believer, you know, if you tell a joke and then laugh hysterically. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do that just because it's funny. But I think if you tell it and then you laugh hysterically at it, it doesn't make it as funny. What reminded me to find that comment? I don't even know. But thank you, Patty, for the $2 super chat. Sly, thank you for the $5 super chat. Cejudo won me over against Marlon. He was getting trashed and dude turned it on with his grit. Aljo is nuts to think he can wrestle with Cejudo. Dude, I was confident that Marlon was going to win that fight. And Marlon was winning early. And then sure enough, Henry Cejudo weathers the early storm. And then dude just had unbelievable, brutal knees in the clinch. And Marlon started to just fade, and Henry Cejudo pulled it out. I think he TKO'd him in the third round. So yeah, Cejudo is cringy and annoying, but he's a great fighter. Joe, you are the GOAT at dry humor. It's funny as hell. Appreciate it. I'll take it. Your words, not mine. Bro said, I'm going Aljamain Sterling by accident. Okay. Why does everyone act like Charles got absolutely ragdolled by Islam on the ground? Charles got back up to his feet using half guard sweep initially. Does everyone act like he got ragdolled? I don't. I don't act like he did. But, okay. Maybe you're just talking about everyone else. I think it's just because Islam put on a masterclass performance over Charles Oliveira. I think that's why. Chandler's trash and overranked. That is true. That's why Conor picked him out. I mean, if you don't believe that Conor picked Chandler out because he thought it was the most winnable matchup, then you aren't paying attention. Charles' striking defense is his worst attribute. Agreed. He's too careless on the feet. This is why I love the channel. Joe's spitting bars about Dustin. Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Sly. Thank you. Yeah, guys, like the stream. How do we got 75 people and we got 33 likes on the stream? Come on, guys. This is the best you can do. Listen, whatever you do, don't like the stream. Please don't like the stream at all. No one said that Charles got ragdolled. Who was in the lineup then? What are you talking about? When was Henry's last fight? 2020. He fought a short notice Dominic Cruz. I also think Henry Cejudo has one of the most overrated resumes of all time. I've said that multiple times. That doesn't change the fact that you can assess his skills. Still can't believe Jon Jones beat the GOAT Parker Porter. I know. If that doesn't make Jon Jones the GOAT case stronger for him, I don't know what it is. I think it's even funnier when you crack a joke and have a serious face. Yeah, I mean, think about when I say this stuff about Sean O'Malley getting brutally flash KO'd and then stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury. And I just keep moving on with the video like nothing even happened. That's the thing. I just hit you with them and then just keep rolling on. Just keep rolling on and then just, I don't know. Earth Rocker still hasn't recovered from that joke from earlier. Earth Rocker said, why you look so tired and worn out? He still hasn't recovered from that one. What's going on, Billy? You shameful son of a gun. How dare you even show your face in here? Aljo's footwork is dog shit. That is true. Even though Chandler lost all the fights, would you agree they were very competitive fights and could have gone either way? No, I would not. The Charles Oliveira fight could have went either way. I was confident he was losing to Poirier and Justin, but I do see what you mean because he was in an absolute firefight. He was in an absolute firefight with Gaethje. I thought we were going to have to call Stipe Miocic for a second. And then he beat Poirier in the second round. And he rocked Poirier in the first round, but he lost the first round. So I do see what you're saying. That is true. So, but they couldn't have gone either way because he got finished by Poirier and got finished by Charles. Word of mouth comes out of his mouth, okay? What up, Joey? What's up, Izzy? Let's go. Bro, anyone if I don't know what you're saying. Mighty Mouse was a tiny. Aljo is huge. Big difference there. Okay. Even DJ said Aljo is an easy fight for Henry. Yeah, I think it's a safe pick to go Henry Cejudo. Thoughts on Tom Aspinall versus Conor feud? I didn't know there was a feud. Aljo is your average Wingstop enthusiast. Well, then I hope he loses. Cejudo easily made 125. Aljo barely made 130. Dude, Cejudo missed weight multiple times at 125. I'm pretty sure. Henry Cejudo weight miss. I think he was forced to go up to 135 at one point. Yeah, he moved up to bantamweight. Yeah, he missed weight multiple times. He ain't never going back to 25, I'll tell you that much. So I wouldn't say he easily made weight. Augusto Sakai looks like an E Honda on the Subway diet. Okay. Augusto Sakai has head movement Alexei Oleinik. You leave Augusto Sakai out of this. All you fools probably bet TJ over Aljo and now you mad. Okay. I think it's funnier when you crack a joke and have a serious face. I agree, not laughing and makes it funnier. Sound like a crybaby to me. Yeah, crybabies over here for sure. You do realize sometimes when a joke, it goes over people's heads with the sarcasm. Yeah, the majority of my humor is just sarcasm. I'm just being sarcastic. But I guess for now on, I'll just tell jokes and then slap my knee and just laugh hysterically. Makes it so much funnier. It's my opinion that Cejudo will beat Aljo. Thank you for your opinion. Marlon is trash. Marlon is trash. Dude, you could have left this guy. You didn't need to time him out. You didn't need to time him out. It would have been alright. I'd just skip his message anyway. Dude's crying. That hurt Joey. Will take a time to recover. Yeah. I'm sorry, Earth Rocker. I'm sorry. Hold on, Earth Rocker. Earth Rocker asked me, he said, Joey, why do you look so tired and worn out? And I said, your mom was over earlier. And then I slapped my knee and I laughed hysterically afterwards. So that's what made it funnier. As long as Triple C ain't a dead corpse, I think he whoops Aljo's ass. 3C will lose. It's fine, he will be back. Derek Lewis' last fight was the definition of a ragdoll. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Joey, I'm torn on watching Crawler vs. Span or watching some NASCAR in my Venom gear. Nobody got blocked. Yeah, I would definitely watch them both and wear your Venom gear. I would set up a multi-screen. I ended up down a rabbit hole the other night. Does anybody remember when Tony Stewart hit that guy on the track and killed him? Does anybody remember that? I ended up down a rabbit hole about that. Apparently the parents tried to sue Tony Stewart for killing their son. The censorship. Stop crying, dude. It was fine. He should have been left alone, though. He should have been left alone. You know what I want to do? I want to give everyone a fresh slate. Let's do a poll. I'll do it. Let's do a poll. Should I unblock everyone? I'm thinking about unblocking anyone I've ever blocked on the channel. I'm not sure I'm going to abide by this poll, but I'm curious. I've thought about doing it. Give everybody a second chance. It's not a lot, but there's a lot of like spam accounts in here. But I'm just going to unblock everything. So, what do you guys think? It's mostly MMA Joey impersonators. So who knows who's liable to come back? Take it on the chin. Did you watch Lotus yet? Somebody just asked me about it yesterday. Is Chris Montino the GOAT? 100%. Glad to see I'm not the only one without a life. Okay. 3C will lose. DJ finished Henry after playing video games. Yeah, he finished Henry quick in the first fight. In the first fight, he finished him. Let's see. The thing is, I have a lot of these spam accounts blocked that are like, watch UFC free. And I hate to unblock those. All of them are like horrible names. Let's see. But half of them probably... I don't know. Should I? I've thought about it. Just giving a clean slate. It's saying 65%, but no one barely voted. Last thing that would top this year is in UFC for me if DJ returned after his fight with Adrian Maurice. That'd be crazy if DJ came back into the I guess he'd fight at bantamweight, or would he fight at flyweight? Because he fights in one's flyweight division, but that's 135 at there. You can't go back. I feel bad for Chris. Got cut from Tough, but he saved Chris Montino some brain cells. That is true. That is true. Left hand turn, left hand turn, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Earnhardt, Earth is flat, coming down the track, blah, 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 blah. Let's get ready to rumble, blah, 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 power slap, blah, 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 King of the Hill. Yeah, I would definitely watch Krylov and Spann and NASCAR simultaneously. Just found out Miesha Tate got another fight. Make it stop. Mayra Bueno Silva versus Miesha Tate has been announced. What a barn burner. Can't wait to see Miesha Tate back in the I just hope she's on the main card of a massive pay-per-view. I hope they put her in as a co-main event at 287, to be honest. What a barn burner that one is. Look. It looks like everyone says yes. I wonder how quick this will get out. I think I'm gonna clear everyone. I'm gonna give everyone a pardon. I mean, it's not that many people. I don't know. Is there even an option to unblock everyone? Remove all hidden users. Holy moly. The deed is done. Everyone just got a pardon. If you've ever had an account blocked, you are now unblocked on the channel. So I have officially nobody blocked on the channel right now. We'll see what kind of chaos that causes. I don't have a single hidden user now. Patty Mills, thank you for the $2 donation. Could you do a Herbert Dean for the new chat members? I wish I could get that one of him running. Is there any good picks? You mean like emoji, right? Is that what you're talking about? Herbert Dean, UFC. I wish I could get the one of him running, but it's so unclear. Who's seen the one of Herb Dean running, like the meme? Herb Dean running. It's so blurry, I don't think I could get an emoji out of it. I don't think I could get an emoji out of it. No, him stopping a fight. Oh, you want me to... Am I finally unblocked? Really? Somebody watching is saying they're unblocked. That's crazy. I guess so. Everyone is unblocked. Everyone has a clean slate now. So there you go. You were unblocked. Who was the worst ref of all time? Who was the worst ref of all time? It's got to be Steve Mazzagatti, in my opinion. Steve Mazzagatti's horrible. Farting out of the penalty box. Fight night main event at an Apex. Imagine they make Miesha Tate versus Mayra Bueno Silva main event. Herb's a terrible ref. Herb used to be the best ref, though. When I first started watching, Herb Dean was the best referee. Steve Mazzagatti used to be chilling while there'd be like a brutal stoppage happening, and he wouldn't even get in there. Like go look. Let me look this up real quick. Just to confirm. Go look up Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir 1. And look how bad the stoppage is. I'm looking it up right now just to make sure I wasn't misremembering. Go look at the stoppage, right? Skip ahead. The first video that pops up, skip ahead to 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Brock taps at 2:32. He must have tapped 4 or 5 times. He taps for roughly 3 seconds before what's-his-name does anything. Let's see. Let me see. Let me count how many taps he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brock Lesnar taps 5 times before he finally steps in. 5 times. Yeah. So, there you go. We did the poll. It was 50-50, but everyone got a pass. Everyone who's ever been blocked on the channel got a pass. I'm trying to remember. The worst stoppage I've ever seen, CB Dalloway versus Khalid Murtazalev. I don't know how to pronounce it. You can't even find this anywhere. This is the worst stoppage I've ever seen in my entire life. Let me see if I can find the video. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Hold on. I think it's the end of this video. No, it's not in here. I can't find it. It's CB Dalloway versus some Russian dude. Worst stoppage I've ever seen. It's so bad. It's so unbelievably bad. And I can't even find. It's like the UFC is intentionally burying it. I'm just gonna search CB Dalloway late stoppage. It was really bad, guys. Maybe it's this one. No, this is just someone doing a video about it. I can't find the video. I found it at one point in time. But I swear the UFC pays to have it removed. I bet you it's not even on Fight Pass. It was the worst stoppage I've ever seen in my entire life. And the crazy thing is, he didn't even actually stop it. So what happened is CB Dalloway's completely done. He's curled up, face down, covering up like this. The guy's just beating the piss out of him. I would say for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, he does not stop ground and pounding him. He doesn't move. Herb just stares at it. What happens is the round ends. And Herb's like, you got to get up. You got to get up. And the guy just, CB Dalloway's dead. Keep in mind, I'm surprised he didn't die. And he doesn't get up, and then Herb finally weighs it off. But he let it go all the way to the end of the round. It was the worst stoppage I've ever seen. I'm being dead serious. If I'm ever out and I run into Herb Dean in the streets, I may pull the Congressman Masvidal on him for CB Dalloway, because what he did there is inexcusable. What he did there is a jailable offense. He is in there to protect the fighters, and it is unfathomable. You could wait 2 minutes. Dude was face down, laying flat, and the guy was just punching him for 2 minutes straight. Just punching him over. And it, as bad as it sounds, I know what you're thinking. There's no way it's that bad. It is that bad. It is some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my entire life. He needed to be held accountable for that. He needed to lose his job. Somebody find it. It's CB Dalloway versus some Russian guy named like Khalid Murtazalev. I think it's how, I don't know how you pronounce it. I can't find it anywhere. It's the single-handedly the worst MMA stoppage I've ever seen in my life. Herb Dean need to be thrown in jail. His family should have disowned him. His wife needs to divorce him. His kids need to stop talking to him. CB Dalloway nearly lost his life. And I'm telling you right now, when one of these late stoppages happen and someone dies, yeah, he only fought one more time after that, and he fought Yuri Prohaska. Jeez. Way worse than Pat Barry Congo. Yeah, he only fought one time. It was horrible, guys. It was horrible. I'm trying to see if there's any info. What's crazy is that's just a throwaway fight that nobody ever told. It's not even on. It's not even on his. Like, there's no even blurb about it on his UFC career. Dude literally beat the living dog shit out of him. Beat the living dog shit out of him. The guy, I responded to the guy and said, LOL. He said, by the way, I still watch, so it must not be too cringy. You found it? There we go. It's single-handedly the worst stoppage I've ever seen. Look at this. Look at this. Easily passes into side control. We got 1:10. He's still moving. Okay, now he's down. He's face down. Okay, we're at the minute mark. He's basically done at this point. We're at the minute mark. He's already done. And this doesn't even have all the damage that was done to him before that. Jumps in the full mount. It's just having his way. He's just curled up. 50 seconds left. Just curled up on the mat here. Just getting smashed, not moving. Dude's just punching him. Getting around the guard. Herb's just staring in. Just smashing him with big shots. Dude's completely... Look at the body language of CB Dollaway. Look at the body language. At one point, he starts moving his arms. The last 22 seconds is the worst part. He's punching him in the back of the head and Herb's not doing anything. This last 25 seconds is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Look at this last 12 seconds. The angle from the 12 second on. It's his lifeless corpse. The last 12 seconds was crazy. And Herb's like, get up, get back to the corner. CB thought the fight was over. He ain't going back out there. What a joke. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. How you going to last in the ground and pound? Okay. Underdog Charles don't lose. By the way, Benny's the favorite, so you know Underdog Charles is winning. Fair enough. I just watched. Yeah, wasn't that a horrible stoppage? That's the worst stop. That's the worst non-stoppage I've ever seen. We'll see what happens with Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush. But when I first started watching, Herb Dean was the best in the business. CB took a knee to the liver and couldn't move. That's one where Hardy needed to yell, stop the fight. Yeah. For sure. You see the stoppage when the guy snapped his or her knows what he was doing? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Dustin's not getting a shot against Makhachev. I don't think so. I don't think so. Dude, I'm still laughing about the guy put the crying emoji about being unblocked and hasn't sent a message since, dude. Where's the message since? You want to be unblocked, but you ain't even sending a message. Stop the fight. Herb literally cost Hardy his job. I think it was more to that, but I think it's dumb that Herb even told him you can't yell. I can't do what I want to do. You're supposed to be able to. So what are you doing when there's a crowd of people out there? You're going to tell the audience they can't yell stop the fight now? I'm waiting for the return of Danny Hamilton. The illustrious return of Daniel Hamilton. What a trash can he was. But yeah, was a horrible stoppage. Herb Dean needs to be fired. Steve Mazzagatti was horrible, though. He was one of the worst refs ever. He still works for the commissions, but they don't put him in the cage anymore because he's so bad. You'll see him sitting on the sidelines wearing a striped shirt sometimes. You'll see Steve Mazzagatti sitting on the sidelines. I think he must do the little slapper at 10 seconds now. That's so sad. Dude used to be a ref, and now he's just regulated to slap going at the 10-second mark. I think it's blocks of wood. I think it's blocks of wood. But yeah, that's the way it goes. How many years of life did CB Dollaway lose because of that stoppage? Probably quite a bit. And CB Dollaway also went, I can't remember who it was. CB Dollaway at a fighter's hotel got injured in an elevator. An elevator like fell or some shit. And it injured his back and he was like hurt for a while. Yeah, he got seriously injured by an elevator. He's got permanent damage from UFC 203 elevator incident. Malfunctioning hotel elevator forced him to withdraw from a 205 belt. Suffered a serious back injury when an elevator at the Wyndham Hotel in Cleveland malfunctioned the day before 203, leading to UFC doctors to pull Holloway from his scheduled fight against Fersim Barrosa. And while the situation may sound like a set up for a punchline, the aftermath has been no laughing matter. There's permanent damage. There's no way it's irreversible. Essentially, I could try to do surgery, but my doctors say, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wonder what exactly happened. Did it fall? But yeah, if anybody wants to check that out, here's the link. He was like in the fighter hotel in an elevator and had an issue. And like hurt his back. I posted a link in the chat. So. Okay. Chris Weidman. Okay, no, that's not right. What a horrible stoppage. I'm looking at it. Somebody sent it in the Discord now. By the way, guys, I haven't mentioned it on this stream yet. I'll be streaming for probably both Bellator and ONE tomorrow. I would sue the hotel. I think he did. I don't know if anything ever came out of it. Because the MMA media is too busy covering like YouTube boxing. And instead of actual things that would actually be interesting. But must have fell when he was getting out. Who knows? Imagine it did a free fall. Yeah, that one ref who got removed from all his fights for tonight because he was so bad I forgot what event that was. I remember what you're talking about, but I don't know. The non-casuals waiting on the return of Andy Wag. I don't know who that is. Honestly, Joey. Hold on. It's not a controversial take. It's a stupid one. Remember the ref for 267? Is that when that dumb ref was that got pulled midnight? Well, he has terrible luck. That he does. Somebody should stop this fight. Herb Dean. LOL, that comment was funny. Okay. I'm waiting for the return of Danny Hamilton. One day. Joey, can we go 2 hours? Just got here? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I can't believe we're already an hour and 42 in. I can't believe we're already an hour and 42 in. Are you going to live stream that? No, I'm not live streaming the YouTube thing. Are you going to? No. The censorship. The censorship. Joey, if Conor comes back on a run, beats Chandler, gets a title, would you admit you secretly loved him this whole time? No. He better have to beat someone more than Chandler to get a title shot, but I have a feeling he's not going to. What fighter's downfall is the hardest to watch for me? It's Robbie Lawler. Probably Robbie Lawler or Tony Ferguson. I would say Robbie Lawler or Tony Ferguson. Robbie Lawler was one of my favorite fighters. Joey, when's your JP versus TF prediction video coming out? Never. Herb sucks. Herb sucks. Need to take consistent tests for your skill set. Tools aren't sharpening when you're a ref. A fight with no consequences. Yeah, I don't know how there's not any level of responsibility held. Like, we should get some type of responsibility for these bad decisions. Back to Patty. I just remember because we started talking about Herb. Were you asking me to do a Herb Dean impression? I think that's what you were asking for. I thought you were asking for an emoji earlier, but then I got sidetracked. Yeah, but I think Robbie Lawler was the worst to see start to lose. Tyron Woodley recently hinted at a UFC return as possible. Are you interested in that? Absolutely not. I'd literally rather watch Miesha Tate in every Fight Night main event for the rest of the year than see Tyron Woodley return to the UFC. Like, I wish people would stop interviewing him. I wish people would stop talking to him. Tyron Woodley's an embarrassment to the MMA community. Dude's just looking for a paycheck. He will never be re-signed to the UFC. Never be re-signed to the UFC. Ever, 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 ever. What's that link? This is the one. Woodley's looking for a pay. Woodley's always looking for a paycheck. I mean, I'm not closing the door on the UFC. Well, we closed the door on you, bitch. Joe, would you rather do a fight companion with Brendan Schaub for UFC 285 or have to watch the Power Slap finale while eating Wingstop with a coked out Connor? I'd rather watch the Power Slap finale with a coked out Connor eating Wingstop. I can't be around Brendan Schaub. I do the fight companion with Brendan Schaub and I just shit on him the entire time. I changed my mind. I'm not eating that dirty ass Wingstop. I'd rather jump in a wood chipper than eat Wingstop. I'm embarrassed of anyone that likes Wingstop. But yeah, I do the fight companion with Brendan Schaub and just shit on him the entire time and embarrass him. When he said dumb shit, I'm not just going out of my way, but when he says dumb shit. Great audio, Joey. Is that sarcasm? Is there something wrong? If not, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, kind sir. I appreciate it for you complimenting my audio. I don't know why I did that part at the end. That was weird. No, it's really nice. The new Burger King is dope. You shut your mouth. ASMR. Pause. Ew. Oh, yes. Thank you, Joey. Nah. There you go. It's MMA Joey After Dark. I got to stream it like 1 a.m. one time and then name it that. MMA Joey After Dark. Yeah, I'm going uncut tonight. Gun to my head. Gun to my head. Does David Rodnicki have no friends and has never been with a girl in his entire life? I say yes, and I think I live. I think he's pulling the Izzy with the cartoon. Joey, were you ever in a gang? Yeah, I'm going to drop the act. I don't think David Rodnicki, I don't think he's got any friends. And I feel bad for him, dude. We'll be your friend. Calm down. Burger King has 40 nuggets for $1. Yeah. Joey, did you talk about the Chris Curtis bout order thing on this stream? Yes, I did. I did, Derek. Yes or no in the chat? Do we think David has any friends? Yes or no? How much money to... Hold on. How much money to hang out with Clay Guida and his boys? I wouldn't want to hang out with Clay Guida and his boys. I don't want to chop it up with Clay Guida and his boys. If I saw Clay Guida out, I'd probably throw a drink in his face. I don't idolize other men, okay? And I hate Clay Guida. Clay seems cool. Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys would chop it up with Clay Guida and his boys. What's the deal with Clay Guida? These are your friends? Yeah, I pretty much bet my life that Clay Guida hold on one second. That Clay Guida watches NASCAR. Oh no. Come on, why is that popping up? That is so funny. I love you, Joey. I was trying to word bait you earlier. You passed it, though. Well, first off, that's weird. Second off, let's calm down with the way you're wording messages, all right? Let's pump the brakes on that one. Let's pump the brakes on that one, all right? You don't need to say I love you. Hold on. Yeah. Useless is getting or Alazar is getting weird tonight. What's the deal with Clay Guida? He's just a weirdo. Joe, you're low-key obsessed with being straight. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, dude? I'm not even sure what that means. Life could hit a single leg on you and you would be none the wiser. What is going on? What is going on? I'm just going to keep timing out David just to piss him off. How much to hang out with Fabia and Diego Sanchez in their OnlyFans shoots? I mean, it's not like they're going to be able to force me to do anything, so they got to at least pay me $100,000 to be there. So, I don't know. I'll take $100,000 and I'll watch them do whatever they're doing on the OnlyFans. Thoughts on Dober rejecting his black and brown belt for a purple belt? I don't really have any thoughts on that. I don't know what that even means. Joey, I actually enjoy NASCAR. The left-hand turns got intense in the driver's crash. I'm glad you enjoy it. Coming down the track. Dale Earnhardt. Let's just say if Izzy beats Pereira, the next two fights should he fight Chimaev or move up to light heavyweight? No, he's not moving up to light heavyweight. Fight Chimaev. Joey, if I start on OnlyFans, can I plug it on the stream? And then on my OnlyFans, I'll make sure I plug you. Pause. That's all I got to say. Would you have preferred Holloway versus Allen on the London card instead of the Apex? Yes. Make that London card significantly better, in my opinion. You beat nobody in your next fight? Okay. MMA Joey versus Diego Sanchez, 8-round bare knuckle boxing. What's your prediction method and round? Dude, I'm tapping out immediately. I don't want to give Diego Sanchez any more brain damage than he already has. I don't want to give him any more brain damage than he already has, honestly. I like how as it gets later, the chat just starts getting weirder and weirder. Dude's telling me he loves me and tried to N-word bait me. Even if Holloway Allen was 3 rounds instead of 5, no, never mind. I changed my mind. I want that 5 rounds no matter what. Holloway versus Allen is going to be in Kansas City. Oh, is it? Okay, so it's not the Apex. I didn't remember, but now that you say that, I do think it is Kansas City. So I'll take your word for it. Damn, at least respect his decision. Consistent, boring 7-loss streak. What are you talking about? When is the Cocaine Bear review coming? Cocaine Bear review coming out next Wednesday. I think Billy's going. Diego Sanchez versus Robbie Lawler sounds cool at this point in their careers. That's sad. Who remembers when Conor McGregor was begging Dana White? He was begging Dana White for a Diego Sanchez fight in 2020. How crazy is that? Dude was genuinely begging Dana White for it. What is an embarrassment that is? That's crazy. What did you guys think of my grade for UFC 285? What did you guys think of my grade for UFC 285? How are you going to beat a guy? What qualifies you to call fights? What are you even talking about, dude? How are you qualified to call fights? I'm not even sure what this guy's talking about. Dude seems awfully obsessed. You don't know my qualifications, bro. You don't know what kind of trophies I got, okay? Mind your fucking business, okay? You don't know me, okay? I train UFC, bro, okay? Whopper, Junior Whopper. Yeah, have it your way. Honestly, if you would admit that Gane goes Jones before you get another wrong prediction, I would respect it. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what this guy's spelling here. I don't even know what this guy's spelling. BK, have it your way. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Whew. We've gone for 2 hours tonight. Kel is another salty, unblocked weirdo. It seems like it. It's crazy that the people who are blocked just still watch, though. That's pretty unique. I can't see Sterling or Cejudo going up to featherweight, beating Max or nor Allen. Just not even mention Volkanovski because he would kill those two. Yeah, I have no interest in seeing Volkanovski fighting Aljo or Henry Cejudo. Volkanovski would destroy them both, in my opinion, badly. Was thinking we can beat last night and go 3 hours? 3 hour stream? Look, Mario's trying to get it to 3 hours. Good evening, Mario. Thank you for the $10 super chat. We need Derek to come through now. We need Derek to come through, and then I'll consider it. We've been streaming a lot. I was gonna make side-by-sides tonight. That was the plan, to make side-by-sides. But I ended up on stream talking about weirdos. Kel questioning my credentials. Ask your mother my credentials, okay? But thank you for the $10, Mario. I appreciate your $10 super chat. Mario with the $10 holler. Kel is another. I was going to make side-by-sides for my UFC 285 predictions. Sorry for not being specific there. Yeah, Kel, ask your mother for my credentials, okay? Joey, what's the hardest fight you've been in? The fight with debating whether or not to time you out for asking the same question 60 times. And I think I'm about to lose it. Because I have 11 fights. Congrats. Well, guess what? I'd sleep you in under 2 seconds. Yeah. Well, what is the chat tonight? What are we even doing? Is this just what happens? The later it gets, the weirder it gets? Why didn't you just answer? Because it's just a dumb question. Remember when you said Usman would have success at 205 and you'd also said you'd stream for 3 hours tonight? No, I don't remember saying either one of those things. I don't remember ever saying either one of those, Derek. I like how Derek just super chats and then makes up shit I said. I don't know why I said it like that. Dude just makes up shit. Like, yeah, you remember when you said Anthony Pettis was still the best in the world when he went to PFL? Hey, Joey, remember that stream when you said Clay Guida was still elite even at his advanced age in his mid-40s? Because I do. That's literally every single one of Derek's super chats ever. Hey, Joey, I'll never forget when you said Dominic Reyes was going to have a career resurgence against Ryan Spann. Remember when you picked Fedor in the first 30 seconds? No. Or when you said Alex is 3-0 against Izzy? Yeah, I remember all of it. Remember when you said Dan Hooker fucks kangaroos? I did say that, actually. I was uncut that night. I was uncut. Remember when you said Paddy Pimblett was going to be double champ? What, are we just thinking about the most ridiculous things that I would never have said and pretending I said it? Yeah, he's like, yeah, hey, don't forget, you said you were going to go 4 hours tonight for the stream. You said it the other night. Don't forget about that. You know what is funny, though? I decided to reset my router the other day because I was worried it might be my internet while I was having that random, 1 second cutout. And since I reset my router 2 nights ago, I haven't had a disconnection. So I'm wondering if for some reason my router needed to be reset. Because the internet was dropping out for 1 second, it appeared, and then coming back. Yeah, guys, feel free to make up stuff that I didn't say and then super chat them to me so I read them out loud. And pretend like I actually said them even though I didn't. Remember when you said Malley got a clear 29-28 because of the cut in the third round? Yeah. That cut won him the entire third round. Remember last night when you said you were streaming? Remember last night when you said you were going to go all night tonight with streaming? I wonder, honestly, not that I'm doing this, if I stream till 5 o'clock in the morning, I wonder who would still be here at 5 a.m. Yeah, we would all whoop Kel. Kel would get a bad whooping. Kel doesn't know what he's talking about. I remember Usman was talking about fighting Canelo and going up to 205. Dude was being a clown. Yeah. I'll make it 12-0. Yeah, ask your mother about that, Kel. Remember when you said Iron Mike Chandler has a chance versus McGregor and got finished just like Chad Mendes? No. Remember when you said Connor's washed? Connor's been washed. Connor doesn't have a lightweight win since some of you guys were swimming around your dad's nutsacks. The last time Conor McGregor got a lightweight win, Kel Jackson was swimming around in his dad's nutsack, and he went to a party with his dad and left with his mom. My mother would beat you. I think Kel is literally like a 6-year-old. So, just like farts, I always laugh at your mom jokes. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Some things are just funny. You know what I always find particularly funny? You know what always gets a heavy laugh out of me, and I haven't seen it in years probably? When somebody steps in dog shit. As long as it's not you, it is the funniest thing ever. Is anybody else with me on that one? It's the funniest thing ever. Oh, but I haven't seen that in a long, long while. But yeah, somebody, if you're out like walking around, somebody steps in a pile of dog shit. Hilarious. Joe, when did you swim in your daddy's nuts, or are you your own dad? I'm my own dad. Remember when you celebrated Misha Tate's comeback fight? I told you that Misha Tate was a once-in-a-lifetime fighter. I did say that. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Happened to my friend 2 months ago when I was dying. The thing is, it's always so funny when someone else steps in dog shit, but if it's you, ooh, it's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. It hasn't happened to me in years, but last time it probably happened to me, I was probably pissed. So, but yeah, it's always a good laugh. It's always a good laugh. Can you rank the best flawless title performances of all time in your opinion? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'll just give you 5 of the best ones, but they're not going to be in any particular order because it's too hard to rank them. If you don't pick up your dog shit, you should be Singapore whipping can. Dude, people who don't pick up their dog shit are the worst type of people out there. Like, imagine walking your dog around, letting them shit on someone else's yard or someone else's public sidewalk, and then just not picking it up. I think that's the rudest shit you could ever do. So, Patty eats his own dog shit. Stop. Okay. 5 best title performances of all time. Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez comes to mind. Jon Jones, Shogun Rua comes to mind. RDA Anthony Pettis kind of comes to mind, but I don't think that one. But I guess it doesn't have to be winning a title. It can just be, it can be any title performance. Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueroa for Brandon Moreno was pretty flawless, in my opinion. Jon Jones, Lyoto Machida was pretty flawless. Jon Jones, Daniel Cormier 2 was pretty flawless. Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar was flawless. So there's, I don't know what the top ones are, but those are some really good ones. Oh, Archie. Oh, Archie, thank you for the $2 super chat. How you see Beneil versus Oliveira fight playing out? It's a very tough to pick. It's a very tough fight to pick. It's interesting because I don't think Beneil Dariush is going to be in a rush to go to the ground with Oliveira. And Oliveira fights so recklessly, and Beneil does have decent striking and decent power. But Oliveira fights so recklessly. I see it being a back and forth fight. I'm going to go Charles Oliveira. I'm going to say he rocks him on the feet. And then Beneil tries to like go for a takedown out of desperation because he's hurt. And I'm going to say guillotine for Charles Oliveira. Second round guillotine. You know what sucks? That fight needs to be 5 rounds. And it's not going to be. That needs to be a 5-round fight. But yeah, Beneil has underrated counter-striking and underrated power. But I can't get it out of my head that he got KO'd by Alex Hernandez. I can't get that out of my head. So I got to go Charles Oliveira. TKO. I think. But I've jumped back and forth on that one. Have you ever stepped in human shit? I don't think so. Remember when Joey said Tatiana Suarez would never come back? These clowns make a whole nother account. Yeah, dude got unblocked for 1 second. And is back already. MMA Joe's in the gulag. I'm just imagining someone like sitting at home right now typing those types of messages. What a weirdo. But thank you, O Archie, for the $2 super chat. Miesha Tate and Conor McGregor has the same amount of wins since 2016. Yeah, Miesha Tate retired for like 4 years. Coworkers stepped in dog shit on the property, and the cleaner texted the group chat and said someone is tracking dog shit all over the building. Dude looked at his shoes and instantly just died inside. Oh my god. I would have been pissed. How did he not smell that? He's walking around with it all over his shoes. I bet you he was pissed. I don't remember the last time it's happened to me. I can't think of when this is the last time it happened to me. It's been a while. But yeah, anybody that's out there not picking up their dog shit is an asshole. I seen I don't know what to call it, a meme. I'm assuming it really happened. Somebody like had a neighbor whose dog was shitting in their yard, and then the person would just not pick it up. And so what they did is they took a picture from their security cam, printed it out, and like put it by the dog shit, and put a picture of the neighbor by the dog shit. And like put a little stake in the ground with a picture next to it. It said like pick it up. But yeah, people who leave that just laying around are horrible. Somebody released Francis DMs asking for UFC for $30 million a fight. They were horse shit. 5 worst title performances. I like how there's like 1 million people in the chat claiming they were blocked when they're not. Benny pulls out of the fight and cherry picks, get that old dog out of the new yard. Dude, Beneil Dariush looks like he's 80 years old. I don't know if I can pick someone that looks that old. Look, guys, if you're just going to spam the chat, you actually are going to get blocked, though. So, just calm down. Okay. Dude's ruining the chat. I just unblocked everyone, and now you're about to get blocked. Do you think Francis has leverage with the UFC if Jones wins the fight? Fight would be huge. I don't know. I mean, he already has some leverage, but the UFC's not going to care. I don't think they're going to bring him back just out of spite. Honestly, I don't think that Dana and the UFC are going to sign Francis Ngannou. They're going to devalue him as much as they possibly can. And I don't think they're ever going to bring him back. Even though they know it would be a big fight, but they don't want to set that precedent. Yeah, everyone pour one out for MMA Joe. Everyone pour one out for the homie. Jamal Hill versus Yuri, who wins? I'm going Yuri. I was over at the MMA holes. He never blocked me. There's nobody blocked. There's nobody even blocked. I literally have nobody blocked on my channel right now. I unblocked everyone earlier today. So, if you're locked, oh well. Dude said I was over at the MMA holes. Well, go back over, dude. Go back over and enjoy. People want it how they like. What are you? I don't even know what you're talking about. MMA Joe was a good man. He was a great fighter and a good-hearted person looking for love in this cruel, bitter world. Goof is going to make another account. MMA Joe is a Joey in an alternative universe. Maybe. Yuri's defense, I think he can expose Hill, who's got real power. He can be exposed to Hill. Alright, come on, dude. What are you doing? I think... I don't know. I think Jamal Hill can... Yuri's just always one punch away from getting KO'd because he's so reckless on the feet. But I think Yuri will come in, and I think he'll be more selective with his shots against someone like Jamal Hill. But it's a tough fight to pick, honestly. I could see Jamal Hill chinning him, but I can also see Yuri Prochazka chinning Jamal Hill. Yuri has ungodly power, and he's so reckless it's hard to see where his shots are coming from. And with Jamal Hill, there's no threat of the grappling. So, I mean, that's a super interesting fight. I think that was on my list of top fights the UFC needs to make in 2023. I think that was on my list. Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. I'm looking forward to it. Did you see where the old lady was attacked by an alligator walking her dog? That's horrible. I don't even want to hear about it. All right, head back over. Head back over, dude. Come on. Head back over. We don't want your messages here anymore. I want your opinion on what? Opinion on Jones versus OSP. Everyone said it was a bad performance, but I thought it looked crisp and patient after time off, plus opponent change. I didn't really put too much stock into it because it was a late notice opponent change. So I didn't think it was the worst performance ever, but a lot of people were expecting him to finish him. So I remember DC said like he was licking his lips after seeing that performance. Has anyone seen Dana on his IG recently? He looks like he aged another 10 years. Yikes. I did see him in that, and it was like in a weird like old man shirt. And yeah, it definitely isn't looking good for Dana. I'm telling you, he's becoming increasingly unhinged. And I think there's something going on with him, to be honest. Yuri has a granite chin. That he does. That he does. But eventually that granite chin is going to get cracked. Badly. That granite chin is going to get cracked badly. And then boom, he's done for. Yuri versus Jamal will be unbelievable. I know. I'm pretty sure it was on my top 10 fights the UFC needs to make in 2023. Rumor has it Dana's a cokehead. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised if he was on something. Power slap, bad ratings, making Dana age like milk. Yeah, because he's a very prideful guy. And all the criticism of power slap, what he wants to do is make it successful more than anything. I think that's stressing him out because he wants to prove everyone wrong. And, age like milk. Yeah, I think I read that already, but I just read it again. But I think it's stressing him out a lot because if it fails, everyone else is going to be right. Watch. I guarantee if it fails, he's going to blame everyone. He's going to blame the media. It was the media that were putting a bad press on him. And everyone was trying to stop. It won't be anything to do with his fault. It won't be anything to do with the fact it's not popular. So, Joey, I just got pulled over. Should I keep driving? Yeah, just gas it. Do you think Topuria becomes champ? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to keep driving. There's no turning back. What are you doing, John? What's up with the weird messages? But yeah, it wouldn't shock me if Dana's like on some like weird drugs, as well as, you know, stressed out about Power Slap because he wants to prove everyone wrong. Dude had like his team edit together a video of like the media like talking about him when he was trying to make UFC 249 on an Indian reservation. So, yeah, it's weird. Look, if anyone who's gonna like make random impersonation accounts, don't make it exactly like my account or you're getting banned. So change it a little bit, otherwise you're just getting banned. You're just using my picture and name. I'm not gonna have you in my chat pretending to be me. It's weird. So change it somewhat, otherwise I'm banning it. So I'll give you like a few minutes though. Only left-hand turns and the police will never catch you. Yeah, be like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Be like Dale Earnhardt Jr. But yeah, I could see Topuria becoming champ. I'm very, very high on Topuria. I'm going to keep driving. There's no turning back. Only make left hand. Dustin has a doubt in himself. Okay. Would you fight in the UFC? Not for 12K and 12K. Hell no. Imagine NASCAR switched to right hand turns. I wonder how they decided left hand turns. I'm going to Google that. How did NASCAR decide left-hand turns? From the beginning, horse races were counterclockwise. So when NASCAR built its speedways, they kept the tradition. And the cars race under counterclockwise to the ovals, meaning the cars only turn left. Interest of increasing driver safety and following tradition. Left turns are safer for a left-seated driver. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's easier to see because you're in the driver's seat. So I guess it is safer. Joey, you're the GOAT. I haven't stopped. Yeah, if they switched, I think there'd be a lot of crashes. Do you think Dana sells Coke to the Bear, or does the Bear sell Coke to Dana? Second one. I'm hiding the beers. He's asking who I'm on the phone with. I said MMA Joey. Yeah, don't forget to hide your Coke, too. Dana had a rough end of 2022 looking dumb on Patty's podcast, and then the wife slapping. Yeah, and then the power slap is even more embarrassing. The power slap is really embarrassing. And it's going to fail, and he's going to blame the media. He's going to blame the media. Dana's a very prideful guy, and he's not going to take the criticism well. And it's always going to be someone else's fault if he fails, to be honest. Okay. Guys, trash. They waste a lot of money on Power Slap. That is true. And they're running it like the Ultimate Fighter. Alright. We're just going to do this. I'm not... because the hoes never treated NASCAR drivers right. Okay. I'd fight in the UFC for nothing. Fair enough. Then you go do that, my friend. Power Slap is funny? No, it's not. It's stupid as hell. I can't believe anyone's even watching that garbage. I can't believe anyone's even watching it. But that's the way it is, I guess. Oh, guys, I think I'm going to go for like another 5 minutes. So if you got any questions, throw them in the chat. We've talked about everything tonight. Dude just barely changed his picture a little bit. Dude went and edited his picture a little bit. I'm streaming Power Slap 7 next week. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Damn, that PFP is fire. Yep. You should have. Can you go in and use the regular picture and just put like a pirate eye patch on it? I think that'd be funnier. I just can't believe these dudes. What's funny is this account was created June of last year. I'm looking at it right now. But hell, you changed the picture. That's funny. I thought you just blurred half the face, but now I'm seeing what the picture is. You molded the pics together. Thoughts on when Weili's going to fight again? Maybe 288 or 289. I wonder that myself. I had a nightmare about Josh Parisian's butt crack. Dude. That's funny. You should never change the MMA Joey pick. It's iconic. Fair enough. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. You can change your name on YouTube. No, I know. I was just saying, usually those spam names, they just make those accounts. But luckily, I already found that guy's real name. He's an idiot. What he left on his channel. I found his real name. Joey, he said, get home safe and gave me a warning. He said his son watches. Fair enough. Why wasn't Power Slap on ESPN Plus? Too busy hosting it on TBS. You give people a chance and they don't know how to act. That is true. There was people just watching it when I said I'm unblocking everyone. They were like, "Oh God, let's get back." That's crazy that they hate the channel that much, but then they just always tuned in. We love MMA Joey. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. He's literally like 11-year-old. But yeah, I don't know when Weili's going to fight again. I don't know who's going to fight again. My question is, and let's get to these MMA questions because we have actual good MMA questions here. I'm wondering, who were they going to give the title shot to? Are they randomly going to announce Carla Esparza? But I don't think it's happening at 287. I don't think it's happening at 288. It might happen at 288. But doubtful. I'm going to say, per sources, we are going to get Weili Zhang defending her women's strawweight title against Amanda Lemos at UFC 289 in June. That's my guess. French fries. Okay, outside of the main event, what's better, 285 or 287? Let me look them up. Let me look up UFC 287 real quick. I remember it, but I just want to double check. I want to say off the top of my head, I want to say 287 is better. Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, Rob Font, Adrian Yanez, Raul Rosas Jr., Kevin Holland. I think they're very close, but I would lean 287 is better outside of the main event. But the main events are close to equal as well. The main events are both very, very good. All right. What do you guys think is better, 85 or 87? I think they're pretty close, but I think 87 is better. To answer your question, I think it was Alex that asked it. I don't remember now. I lost the spot. Casey asked it. Yeah, I think 87 is just a little bit better than 85 outside of the main event, but the main events are pretty close as well. The wing step comment was too far. Yeah, that it was. That was where you went too far. I'm a shower. I don't know what that means. Yeah, dude, we can't talk about liking Wingstop in the chat. That's just too much. That's just absolutely too much. Shavkat Neal is so good, so 285 might be better. That is true, but 287, I mean, Rob Font, Adrian Yanez is good. Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal is good. Raul Rosas making his second fight in UFC. And then you got Chris Curtis. You also got Chris Curtis, Calvin Gastelum, Michael Chiesa, Li Jing Liang, Chase Sherman versus Chris Barnett, Gerald Mershart versus Joe Pyfer. Solid. But I think they're both pretty close. They're both pretty close. Good night, good night. I'm about to go good night here in a second as well. Guys, if you haven't liked the stream yet, do me a favor and like the stream. Cancel. I don't know what it's talking about here. I don't know what I did there. But yeah, if you guys haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream. But yeah, people are acting a little bit weird tonight. The next few cards in general are just, the next few pay-per-views are crazy good, in my opinion. Crazy good. Okay, let's see. X out of this. I can't believe we went for, it's only 11 o'clock. Yeah, we went for, we went for 2.5 hours tonight, roughly. I'm just looking forward to next week. Let's see what's going on here. Jeez Louise. UFC. Let's see what's going on out there in the world. Let's see what's going on there out there in the world. Next week's crazy good. That's true. One more. I can't make it. You think I made a mistake? You think I made a mistake? We'll see. They'll just get reblocked. It's funny how they pay attention enough where they're like, oh God, yeah. He unblocked everyone. I gotta jump back on and act like a weirdo. Is this live? Is this live? I found a live stream. Stop trying to sell my time, French fries here. I recognize this guy. I wonder if this is actually live or not. There's actually a lot live tonight. I guess because it's Thursday. So this chat, okay, stop. Mate, why you gotta take it personal? What is even going on here? All right, final questions about MMA, regarding MMA. I'll be live a bunch tomorrow. For Bellator, I'll be live, and for One Championship, I'll be live. So who's joining me tomorrow for One Championship and Bellator? I'm curious. I am very curious. Let me see something real quick. Okay, that doesn't work. Joey, I'll be here until they grow up. Okay. Goat it. One's goat. Yeah, one's tomorrow evening. I think Bellator is tomorrow in the afternoon. Who's the UFC goat in your opinion? Probably Jon Jones. You do have a little bit of the, asterisks and the fact that he's a scumbag, but I'd probably go Jones. One has 2 cards tomorrow. Yeah, we're talking about the one that comes on at a normal ESPN time. Let's see. I'm looking, but I'm not finding. I'm trying to find someone with no live viewers. Or I found someone. I found someone with guys. This guy has 2 live viewers right now. Let's go support him. Let's go support him. He's doing fight picks for Bellator and UFC and doing a stream. He's got 1.6K subscribers. I just found him. He's live right now. Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to post a link in the chat. All of you go there and tell him MMA Joey sent you. Show him some support. Like his stream. Subscribe to his channel. All that good stuff. But not just 2 of you go there, okay? Everybody go there. Everybody go there. Just show him some support. Even if it's for a minute or 2 minutes. Show him some support real quick. Give him some live viewers. I would greatly appreciate it. Everyone who's in the chat, go to the stream. I'm going to post a link. Tell him MMA Joey sent you. Give him some support. I never seen the channel before. I just searched MMA or UFC and went and filtered by live. Go to his stream. Show him some support. I'm always trying to show some support to other MMA content creators. So the link is in the chat. Go support his stream. I will be back tomorrow for one championship as well as Bellator. So make sure you have notifications turned on, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys joining me. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go to the link in the chat. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know why I stumbled over my words there. Appreciate you guys. Good night.